All right. Welcome to Standing for Truth. My name is Donnie Badinsky, and I am here with Sean Griffin and Will Duffy, two seasoned debaters. We are here for debate negotiations. Now, we want to be fully transparent for you in the audience as we move forward in setting a date and setting a time for this event. And so, gentlemen, before we get into the details and negotiations themselves, I do want to thank you both for taking time out of your busy schedules for us to be here to do this.
Thanks, Donnie.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay, let's get right into it then. A lot of people do want to see you guys go at it in a discussion or a debate on this important topic, very interesting topic. You're both seasoned, you've both studied this topic extensively. So I think you gentlemen will make for a solid, engaging, and thought-provoking debate. And so let's discuss the details. I'll begin by offering some suggestions, and then from there, we'll allow you guys to alter those suggestions and bounce ideas off each other, and I will mediate and also write down the details. Okay, gentlemen, that way we can be held accountable and transparent for our audience. And so my initial suggestions would be, okay, to be fair, we both lay out in the debate, of course, we lay out our couple best arguments. You know, I do want to keep it focused rather than a general debate where it's like, hey, here's my 10 best points and here's my 10 best points. We should pick a couple and really just engage those, our couple best points, and then allow for equal time for both sides to engage each other's points brought up. And so that way you both, in a way, have a case to make and also cases that you're both going to have that you can argue against. Anyways, those are my initial suggestions. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
So I'll be arguing with data and observations made on the final experiment. Okay. So that's something I have firsthand experience with. I took 4 flat earthers with us. They can all attest to what I'm going to state. And I don't think any of them are possible on a flat earth.
Okay, and I would actually like Will to bring forward his 5 claimed proofs from the final experiment to this discussion.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be obviously arguing from scripture, from data and experience as well. So this is where I think this is just to limit it to 2 is not probably advantageous for neither Will nor I.
Okay.
So I would suggest 5 each.
5 each.
How do you feel about that, Will?
I need 6.
I can do 6.
Okay, great.
We'll allow for 6. I guess when I said 1 or 2, I was thinking the final experiment is 1 with 5 subpoints, right? But it makes sense that if the final experiment comprises 5 or 6 main arguments, then yeah, that works. So we can do 5 or 6, and then that way, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, you would have a mix of scripture and science, is what you said.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and 6 is easy. So 6 is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 6, science and scripture. Will Duffy, final experiment, 5 or 6 proofs, you said?
Yeah, I have 6.
Yeah, 6. Okay. So structure-wise, we want this to be a comprehensive, thought-provoking exchange where you're both getting ample time to make your points, especially for those that are on the fence. And so we want it to be as edifying as possible. Therefore, how should we structure the 6 each? Would we lay them all out in just a general opening statement and then engage them in more of an informal discussion? Or how would you guys like to proceed on that?
I like that.
Yeah, I would suggest 30 to 35-minute openings each. Give us plenty of time to show our data, videos, and pictures he'd probably want to present, part of his presentation. So I don't want him to feel stifled.
Okay, I like that idea because it gives you. It's almost like, okay, we have two guests on, two informed debaters, and you're both going to have full presentations / lectures on the issues. And so 35 minutes each to really go into all the relevant and important details. If we're going to go 30, 35 minutes before we get into a discussion, though, I would recommend personally a time to respond uninterrupted, maybe 10 minutes just to engage each other's presentations, then go into a discussion. But it's up to you guys. What do you think about that?
So are you suggesting, Donnie, let's say Will goes first, even though there's not a definitive affirmative and negative in the title that we're choosing, but let's just say Will goes first. And then I go after that. So say it's 30 minutes each, that's an hour. And then you're suggesting we each get 10-minute responses, 10-minute rebuttals before we engage in open discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Will, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because if the discussion's more free-flowing, at least the uninterrupted portion will give you guys 10 minutes each to basically just flesh everything out and say what you want to say. And then we can engage the finer details in more of a free-flowing discussion. Would you guys prefer a free-flowing discussion or a strict cross-exam?
I prefer free flowing.
Yeah, I do too. I think Will has enough self-control to do a free-flowing. Yeah.
Okay. So 30, 35 minute openings.
I think we should limit it to 30.
Okay. Okay. So are you okay with that, Sean?
Yeah, that's good. 30 is good.
Okay. 30 will fly by in light of six main points. Yeah. So 30, a response to the openings of 10 minutes each. Informal discussion. Do you guys want to be strict on the time for that? Do you have a recommended time for a discussion?
I mean, we can go. What are you feeling, Will? You want to go for an hour? You want to go for 30 minutes?
If we went for 40, that would be 2 hours.
Okay.
I get tired.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to require extra caffeine the day of the debate. Extra coffee, tea, whatever you drink. So, okay, I'm down with 40. That keeps it at a neat and organized 2 hours. Would you guys want a final few minutes to wrap up your thoughts and points in a concluding statement?
I don't need that.
I don't need it either.
Okay. And typically what I do anyways in discussion format, the last few minutes, I would land the plane and say, okay, we got a few minutes left for discussion. Let's each take a minute and a half to wrap up our thoughts and points. So we can mix in a type of closing statement within there. Did you guys want to get the audience involved at the end and do some questions, or?
I'm always good with that. I know that it's good for your channel, Donnie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
Will, I
fine.
don't know what kind of time restraints you got.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I just got to take this into consideration when we schedule it.
Okay.
So you thinking a 30-minute Q&A or something like that? 20-minute Q&A?
Yeah, what we'll do is not do an overly long Q&A. Let's do that just to keep it within two and 2.5 hours. We can take the most important questions. We'll limit the responses. And so we can go 25 minutes. Q&A.
Do you want to say that you'll only read super chats?
We can do that. I think with the kind of audience that we're going to get and the lively audience we're going to get with the engagement, we'll say, okay, those that really want to get their question answered, those that really want to get their challenge engaged by our guests, we'll keep it focused to super chats.
Will, have you done a debate on Donnie's channel before?
No.
Okay, so it's different. It's not like modern.
Actually, a couple years ago, going back, I think you did one with CJ Cox.
That was on your channel?
That was on my channel. Yeah, way back in the day. Hey, time flies by when you're having fun.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks for the reminder. I had forgotten about that.
It's what I'm here for.
Well, all I was going to say was, unlike modern day debate, Donnie will not be reading out, slanderous and crazy super chats that just do nothing but mock you. So he's usually good about filtering them to relevancy.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
I'll make sure no personal attacks. I'll give a good solid announcement and reminder before we get started as well that the debaters have been gracious with their time to study leading up to the debate and the debate itself. So no personal attacks, nothing like that. And of course, just because somebody sends in a super chat, that doesn't mean they now have the right to basically say anything and get anything read. So we'll make sure that is known. It is now known in the negotiations, but we'll reiterate it in the debate itself.
So that actually brings up a point I wanted to ask about, Donnie.
Yep.
And also Will, I do not engage in personal attacks during my debates. Can you commit to not engaging in personal attacks during this debate?
Yeah.
Okay. So regardless of any research about you that I could have done, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not even going to bring up your sermon about lying and your stance on that. I won't even bring that up. We'll just stick to what we present and let that be the relevant point of discussion and rebuttal.
For sure.
And I'll do the same for you.
That's great. I have one request as well.
Sure.
When I was on your channel, you brought up something which was something that you thought could be seen too far away for the globe. And I had no idea what it was. I didn't know where the picture was taken from, what the height was, or anything like that. So any example, I don't know if you're going to bring this up, but any examples that you want to bring up that you think we can see too far, I need those ahead of time so I can look into them and see the numbers. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to just throw something out that I have no idea what it is. And there's no way I could respond to something on the fly like that.
Okay, but that brings up a quandary, right? Because you're going to be presenting evidence that you personally obtained that I can't verify.
Well, what do you mean you can't verify it?
Okay, so you're going to be bringing up photography and video that you personally filmed on the TFE that I'm trusting you that you obtained it legitimately as you did and as you said. So
none of that requires math and calculations and equations. So what I'm asking
the angle of the sun in the sky rotating for 24 hours as it dips and rises according to the globe versus what we might see elsewhere. I mean, like, you don't think that requires math? Didn't you guys do math to show that it was at the proper angle that you guys thought?
We did. I wasn't planning on bringing that up.
Okay. So,
by the way, this is a must for me. So if you're not willing to do this, there will be no debate.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Yeah. This part of any good presentation is, I'm going to bring the facts with it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But
our discussion when you came on my channel was very informal.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm just saying, any examples that you're going to bring up where you think we can see too far, I have to have those ahead of time in order to look at them. Otherwise, I won't be able to respond on the fly.
So you're going to provide me with all your points at a time?
Sure. And I'm not asking for all your points, by the way. I'm only asking for the see too far examples.
Okay.
Okay, so basically what we're looking for on both sides is, and correct me if I'm wrong, accountability in terms of references and sources. So it's a formal debate. So if we're making a claim and that claim is backed up by, let's say, a peer-reviewed paper or an experiment, you gentlemen want those references and sources ahead of time just to help in
Make sure
preparation.
There's no curveballs. Yeah. Make sure it's not. Yeah.
I'm certainly fine with that.
I'm okay with that, Will. And Will, you said you're just bringing forward your TFE observations and documentation. Is that right?
Yeah. So I can tell you what they are right now.
No, it's okay. I mean, you can just send them to me.
Okay, no problem.
Did you guys want to send them to me as well? I'll add them into the notes.
Yeah,
I'm writing everything down right now in a document, and I'll edit it and work everything out sometime after this, and then I'll send you both a copy to sign off on.
Perfect.
Yeah, I apologize, Donnie. I assumed that you would be the middleman in this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So you can send me those, and That way we've got the resources and references ahead of time. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Any other requests?
That's all I've got.
Now, we need to pick a date.
Yeah. So now that we got this, again, I'll organize this a little better, the notes that I have, and then I'll send you both a copy just to approve on. Sean and I are both going to upload this on our channels to for transparency purposes, everybody on the same page. And now date wise. So today is March 4th. Sean, if I'm not mistaken, you were recommending 3 weeks out basically from this specific time period, or
Yeah, a minimum of.
okay.
Yeah. Next 3 weeks are really busy for me, but starting 3 weeks from now, going forward, any of those dates, we can probably be more malleable. I do have classes on Monday and Thursday nights for my for our members and our patrons, so I'm unavailable on Mondays and Thursday nights. But
Okay. So Monday,
and that's going to be going into May, so I'll be unavailable those dates for several months.
Okay. So looking at the dates here, right off the bat, would you guys be okay with an early April date?
Sure.
Okay.
What day?
So let's see. So if we're good with early April, we're going to avoid, you said Thursdays, and what was the other day?
Monday
Sean?
and Thursdays I'm unavailable.
Monday, Thursday. Now, before I throw some dates, time-wise, is there a preferred time? That'll narrow it down to start.
I cannot go past 9 p.m. That's like a
Start
physical
time?
limitation on my body. That's
Okay.
mountain.
So are you saying if we did a start time of 8, that'd be fine? Or you want to make sure that you're done by 9? Is that your time? You're on mountain time, right? Well,
Yeah, we'd have to be done by 9 mountain.
mountain time. So
We can start
you're
at 5 Mountain Time.
So for me, it's 9:40 right now. I'm assuming it's 7:40 for you.
That's right.
So if we start at 8 my time,
Mhm.
that would be 6 your time, which
Yeah,
gives us
that'd be great.
we'll easily be done by 9. Okay. So
How
Dave,
does Wednesday the 9th, Wednesday, April 9th, how does that look for everyone?
Oh,
let
that's
me
fine.
see. Let me just make sure. Typically, I book 2 months in advance, and so April 9th, I do have a program, but I might be able to move things around. Let me see. Do you like Wednesdays? Is Wednesday a good day for you, Sean?
I can do other days, whether Sunday or Tuesday or.
Do you like Sundays, Will? But you're
No.
a pastor, so it's probably not
No.
good, right?
No, I'm exhausted.
That's understandable. Now, I do have Wednesday the 16th open, but would that be too long from now? That'd be a month.
I'm good with that.
That's fine. That's fine. Oh, hold on. Yep, that's fine.
I could do Wednesday, April 2nd as well, if you wanted it sooner than later. But I'm fine with either one of those.
I can do the 2nd, the 9th, or the 16th. Doesn't matter.
What do you prefer, Sean?
Is the 16th available? That works
Yep.
better for me.
Yeah. Okay. And the month will fly by. It'll give us
Mhm.
time to build hype, get people excited.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, April 16th. And okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Of course, if you wanted a little sooner, I could throw you a couple of alternative dates, but if the 16th is relatively reasonable for the both of you, we can stick with that.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine with me.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, one second, actually. 1 second. Let me
Take your
just
time.
make sure about one thing here. In addition to my calendar, my wife is a secondary calendar.
Okay. Double check hers.
So I got to make sure she hasn't planned anything for me that day. We actually have we're going to go see Alton Brown comedy show in Greeley.
Okay.
Never
If you've
heard
ever
of it.
seen one of those. Will Alton Brown? He's got the guy on like the cooking channels and stuff.
I'm not familiar.
Pretty hilarious. But
There,
I can't remember what day. It's in April. I just can't remember what day it is.
I do also have, I don't know what you guys think about Tuesdays, but I do have Tuesday the 8th, April 8th.
That works for me.
Tuesdays, I have Bible study at church, so I just have to do it 30 minutes later than usual. So we'd have to do it at 8:30, but we'd still be done by 9. Or if the 16th is still preferred, just for that extra time to prep, build hype, I'm fine with that too. Whatever's convenient for you guys, I'm cool with. I'll make it work.
Yeah, no preference from me.
Okay. So I guess, Sean, there's a few dates for you to choose from, and whatever one you like best, we can do.
Let's see if I can get her attention real quick.
Since we are both in a way going with an affirmative, 6 main arguments each, 6 proofs each, is there a recommended title? Are we going with the final experiment debate showdown, or are we going with?
I prefer not to make it centered around the final experiment because I'll be
Okay.
bringing things that are not
Right.
to do with the final experiment. And I don't want the audience to think that I'm just not participating in the title of the debate.
And what's good about the structure is if the final experiment, the 6 proofs that Will is going to be presenting and has been discussing now for a while, since we're devoting equal time to both sides, relatively half the debate will be dealing with that. And then the other half, obviously we're not too strict, but we'll be dealing with Sean's arguments. And so we should have a title that accurately reflects the nature of what we're doing.
Yeah,
That's not something it's something we could talk about over the course of the next few days, though.
The 16th is good, or the 15th. Either one of those are good.
Okay. So let me see. 15th. That'd be
The
Tuesday.
The 16th is better for me on those 2 days.
Okay.
Let's just go with the 16th because then we can start at 8 and then we're not rushing. So we'll go
Awesome.
Wednesday, April 16th. Okay, I got that down. 8 o'clock EST.
Will, you said you're a young Earth creationist.
Yeah, that's right.
What about the title Shape of Creation?
The shape of creation.
Yeah, the Shape of Creation debate.
The only minor issue I have with it is that things are different now than they may have been at creation. So I want to make this about our present reality, our present world. Like I think
so. That's your but that's your presup is that the creation has somehow changed.
No, I just think it's a possibility, and so I think it enters in a new piece that I think would confuse things. Like I think changes happened with the flood and things like that. So,
what about the present shape of the Earth? I don't know if that changes anything, but it would at least give you a little wiggle room in terms of how things were, which can be engaged, of course, but how things were in the pre-flood world or immediately after creation.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That just sounds weird. So because you're not a heliocentrist old Earth creationist, so you don't believe that the moon came out of the Earth at some point 4 million years ago and then solidified as a satellite around the Earth. You believe the moon was made as is and put in its current orbit and in young Earth style.
Yeah. When you say as is, I don't think the craters were there, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So your idea of changing is very nuanced.
What about this? What is the best model or viewpoint of the shape of the earth?
That
I guess
works.
Okay. Sean, do you like that one? What is the best model, or which model of the shape of the earth has the most explanatory power?
What is the okay.
That would be more thesis wise that I'd
Yeah.
put in the notes, because obviously that's kind of long for
I was gonna say, I don't
a
think the
thumbnail.
audience would be able to like that's
Right.
not clickbait title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That would be
For your
resolution.
audience. Yeah.
I like to have two titles: a resolution, which can be long because people tend to have long resolutions, so it's more clear. But then promo wise, clickbait wise, it should be something, one statement basically. The shape of the earth showdown or something like that.
I like that too.
Okay. Shape of the Earth Showdown.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So for promo wise, the shape of the earth showdown, Will Duffy versus Sean Griffin. Resolution wise, which model of the shape of the earth has the best explanatory power?
That's great.
Does that title fit within TFE's premises? Like
Yeah,
your
it does.
6 proofs? Does that help
Yeah.
you?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think how we could reword it a little bit if you guys weren't 100% satisfied with it. I kind of like this better, because we're dealing with data, we're dealing with evidence, we're dealing with proofs. Okay. So which model or viewpoint of the shape of the earth best accounts for the evidence or the data?
I like
Because then
that
you
too.
both have a position. Here's my proofs. Sean, you're going to say that Will can account for the data based on his viewpoint. Will, you're going to present your proofs, 6 of them, largely from the final experiment. And your argument is that Sean won't be able to account for that data. As in, we're dealing with data that either precludes what I like about this is we're not just dealing with agnostic lines of evidence, right? Where both sides can explain the data. We're actually getting into the most significant points, the differentiating pieces of evidence. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What do you think?
Say the title again.
I should be writing this down. Which model of the shape of the earth best accounts for the data or the evidence? If you like the word evidence.
I like evidence.
I like it. That's fine. Either way, data evidence, that's a longer resolution is fine.
Okay. And the main title, the clickbait title, that was what again? The shape of the earth showdown?
Yeah.
Shape of the Earth Showdown. Yeah.
So if my wife's listening, there you go. Shape of the earth showdown. Let's get an epic thumbnail going. I don't know what I'd do without her, brothers. So, okay. Format, date, time, title, resolution, details in terms of no personal attacks, nothing like that. Anything else come to mind?
We'll be exchanging some of our data points for our presentations beforehand.
Yeah, that's right. Let me make sure that's
as agreed upon.
Hey, Sean, are you okay? I don't know. I wouldn't consider this like a personal attack, but you may. But are you going to be okay if I highlight what you thought would happen with the final experiment?
You mean, I thought that you guys weren't going to actually make the trip? Or actually what's going to happen? Yeah, I mean, that's recorded. It's on my channel. I don't back down, from what. Yeah, I genuinely thought the weather was going to happen. Something was going to happen with the trip. We get called off. Who knows? So I was surprised to see you actually went through it. In fact, I did a stream on my channel like 2 days before you guys left, as Jaron was talking about getting ready to go. And the whole stream was about, hey, the final experiment is still happening. And I'm surprised.
Okay.
So yeah, you can talk with whatever.
Okay, great.
This is good. We should do debate negotiations more often.
I imagine it makes your job a lot easier, brother. I've thought about this. As many debates as you've set up for me, I mean, like, man, that's a lot of back and forth with people. You should just get them all in a call and sell it in like 30 minutes.
right? Because sometimes it's 10 to 12 back and forth emails. But here you set up a time. We all get together, 30 minutes roughly, and all the details are hashed out. And it generates more excitement for the debate itself. It reminds me of, before a big UFC or boxing match, you got the weigh-ins, right?
That's right.
Right.
Will, do like this. Let's face each other.
Yeah, hey, Will, we got it.
There we go.
You got to do it at the same time, so we get the pick. We get the picture.
That's fine.
Thankfully, we don't have to show up in our underwear, though.
Yeah. Well, usually in those, there's like, somebody beforehand, they say, okay, I'm going to slap you. It'll be lightly. Don't worry. But we just want to get the audience excited. So this is good. No, this was a good idea. It went smoothly and everything's organized, which is what we wanted. It's what all three of us wanted. And so anything else come to mind in terms of details, suggestions?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with everything here.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, gentlemen, give me the night to just organize the document so it's readable, and I'll send it over to you guys probably first thing tomorrow. Sign off on it. Give me the okay, and we got ourselves a good, solid debate to look forward to. Sean, Will.
All right. Take care.
Fun.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care. Thanks for doing this.
Bye-bye.
Stand for Truth is out.